All right, welcome back to Papi's Kitchen. No idea what episode number this is, but yeah, there's finally been some shit for us to respond to. The show was super dry for a while, so we didn't have anything to talk about. So we're back. The show's been decent again lately. Um, so regular faces, you got BA, Sneaks, Subi. New face for this show, maybe, but for OG listeners, not really. Cameo Blind Mike was back on the OG Papi's Kitchen. He did like a craft brewing segment. He's the man overall. So welcome CBM. But I'm thinking
Yes.
we'll do this kind of in like chronological order. So we'll kind of start with the lead up to Plymouth and the show execution. So I don't know. In my opinion, the lead up to Plymouth was like super boring. Kirk kept promising over and over the show was going to be like incredible, the best show ever. So much, he's been working, 75 hours a week, getting everything ready, so much prep, yada, yada, yada. But in true Kirk fashion, of those million hours he works, he didn't show up to the fucking venue one time to verify the screen size, to do anything. I mean, if he had spent like literally an hour, how long does it take to drive from fucking Lexington to Plymouth? 45 minutes with the worst traffic. He didn't verify
Maybe
himself either. That screen was smaller than fucking Latino Kirk's TV. So yeah, I guess I want to ask what you guys think about the lead up to Plymouth execution. Then we can kind of get into the Cully shit.
So I think the
Not all at
problem in the
once.
lead up was that Kirk was just doing too many other things. He was at that golf tournament, the Emmett in Chicago for like the week before. So they didn't really have time to promote the show. They're just talking to other Barstool people. And as for the show itself, I think I'm the only one of all five of us that was there. But it just was a disaster. It's been said, it's been gone over by a lot of people already, but you couldn't
no,
hear
Subi.
anything. It
I
was a
went
bad
to
setup.
I
Oh,
went to my
well, I
friend. So I saw you actually at whatever that place was, that little surf bar place, and you
the
were
cabin
hanging in
shop.
the corner. Yeah, cabbage shop. Yeah. So I mean, he definitely should have gone down there, but what the hell are they going to do? So apparently they tried to bring another screen in, and that was bullshit, and they couldn't do it because of safety reasons. I don't think it would have made a difference. I couldn't hear shit. My seat was terrible. The place was like shaped like a horseshoe. Like, so if you were at the edge, you couldn't see anything. So I was like, oh, that's decent. I can see the stage. I couldn't see the band. I was sending videos the entire night. So I mean, to put the blame on just Kirk, I'm not really sure. Definitely on some Cully. I don't know. My brother went with me. It was his first show. He barely listens to the show, just stuff that
But
like
Cam,
I've sent to him, and he was like, "Wow, this is
Cam,
a fucking gigantic piece of shit." But
who gets the
I
blame?
bought a ticket to Saco, and he's going, so he's into the show now. So he still enjoyed it. So it's one of those type of things.
If
Uh,
if you're not gonna blame Cully or Kirk, who you blaming?
Dude, I didn't say I'm not blaming him. If I did, I'm sorry. I'm blaming them both. But I don't think Kirk should have had to go down there, actually. That definitely should have been Cullinane. And I don't think they're going to find. I mean, so if Julie does it, she's going to charge them by the hour or whatever she does. I think that's cool. She's definitely not going to make $175,000 doing that because Kirk's not going to put up that money. I mean, Cullinane makes what, not even 100,000. But if she bills him, great. I think she would do a good job, but somebody should have done that. Like, how do you not have fucking high noon at a Barstool event? Makes no sense to me.
So whose
Everything was
fault is
11,
it?
$12. Say again?
Whose fault is it?
Well, that's Cully's for sure.
It's not on Cully
I
and
mean,
Kirk.
no,
How
it's
fucking
definitely
hard?
on Kirk,
If
but
you're if you're alive, if you're alive, if you what did Kirk say leading up to the show? Oh, I'm working harder than any entertainer in the history of entertainment. You couldn't go to
mhm,
the venue once and realize it's a horseshoe shape and that a bunch of people
sure.
couldn't see. You couldn't realize
KMF
the,
loves to
the
pass the
screen
buck.
is.
Go ahead, Cease.
So I would say, so like when it comes to anybody's job, whoever, the name of the person on the door, it's ultimately their fault. So it's the Kirk Minahan show. It's Kirk's fault,
Thank
100%.
you.
Maybe
Finally,
he.
Cameo finally fucking says
Well,
it.
I'm not, dude.
That
I don't
whole
care.
piece.
Like, I'm still gonna enjoy the show, but like, it's the people he hires. Like if you didn't feel like Dave, like what they said this week, like how you can't, like Clemmer said, how you can't vent to people. That's huge. Like, where we work, I vent to people all the time about stuff that's going on, and they can't. Like they do it on
You
the show.
big water cooler gossip guy, Cam?
Oh yeah, I hang
Yeah,
there.
CBM's in my DMs every day bitching about Patrick from the OG Discord.
Yeah,
Awful.
little bitch.
Are you a mod in there
And
now? Are you a
Robot.
mod in there by now?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
I'm actually I'm lurking, but I rarely talk in there. But
All right, so is
yeah,
that
I
it
mean,
for,
I don't know.
All right, CBM.
no,
No, about you, CBM. We got the honk tag. Who wants to answer for this bullshit Plymouth experience?
I mean, I can't speak on it. I wasn't there. BA wasn't there. Papi wasn't there. So we heard from Subes and Cameo. So let's fucking move it on. Let's go.
All right, so
It's been talked about a million times. I think the venue was like a community center feel. I think the venue
knows
sucked.
it's-
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone knows the song.
But you got to give Kirk some blame for promising the best show ever and not showing up fucking one time.
He
to
does
the
that every
venue.
time, Papi.
How far is Plymouth from whatever? So, anyways, the show execution sucked. Plymouth lead up sucked. All right, so let's in classic Kirk fashion, he puts all the blame on Cully. Blah blah blah. So Cully era is over. I kind of want to just give a brief synopsis on the Cully era. I know a lot of us have been talking to Cully leading up to when he got hired. How would you guys all kind of summarize the Cully era?
I'll summarize it one word: lazy.
Yeah.
It was good to begin, though, I will say, because if you remember the
I was
last,
so good about it.
well, because it also coincided with when Clemmer first started, and it felt like the show was changing for the better. Because remember, the last 6 months of Steve was just terrible because they were doing the case. They were doing 3 barely hour shows a week. Carabas, who I don't think adds much. So once Colin came in, they brought Clemmer in as the permanent Friday guy. The show just felt a little bit better than it was leading up to it. But eventually, as Sneak says, Colin just got lazy. He stopped caring as much. I think he liked the show more when he wasn't on it than when he was a producer. And I think Kirk noticed that in the past few months.
What do you think, BA? Or are you saving all those takes for Mike and the main events?
No, I think the Cully era was more light than the Steve era. I think the thing is the Cully era, though. I have to say that's when I really tuned out of the show for a good period of time, because like Sneak said, it was what's it called?
Just talked about fucking Bravo, Housewives, TMZ.
Yeah, but I think it did get better
Golf.
near the
Wait,
end. I think once Sneaks and Menners, when Sneaks went on, Menners took over the YouTube network. I think it got more back to the KMS that I liked, where they're making fun of fans. They're doing that. So there was a good portion of the Cully era that I don't think was very memorable, but I think he did have some memorable moments, I guess.
Yeah, this is something I kind of wanted to touch on, is that when Sneaks was in the studio, he discussed this. When Kitchen first came back, we discussed this. The show was at its best when the fans were involved. Kirk cut Sneakers off in the studio, but Sneaks was talking about when Kelleher was in the studio in a full hot dog costume with a tin of dip, in his lip. When the show is at its best when the fans are involved, and you can tell that from right now, right? So the lead up to Plymouth was terrible. Execution of Plymouth, terrible. Now that he signed the new contract and he knows he has to deliver another 3 or 4 years of content, he knows it's time to switch it up. So brings back the fans. All the fans are involved in the producer search. The fans are coming out to try to be producers, and the show is revived. You can tell that what Sneaks has said, what we've said on the show, when the fans are involved, the show is the best.
Papi, if I could say what I like about Augustus today and most of them is they keep talking about interns. Interns are pretty much free. I mean, how did Dave not have just a ton of interns? Where I work, I'm getting applications
We'll get there. Any closing thoughts on so
interns for what,
any
though?
closing thoughts on the Cully era
6
before we
hours
get
a
into
week.
the producers?
You guys really need an intern to post a fucking Instagram clip or cut something?
Yeah, but sneakers, it brings content. Like you can have them just around doing like random stuff, like doing street team stuff, like stuff on the street. I mean,
Can you deny how electric Willie G was? I mean, interns do something for sure.
Yeah, I think like when the show is at its best is when Kirk said like the Minifans were the fourth member of the show. You know what I mean? And I think it went away for a while where the Minifans weren't involved, and he pretty much said so. I think he was cut off any kind of Minifan content or Minifan reaction, and as you see now, especially like you said, since he's resigned or this producer search or all that, like the Minifans now are like the fourth member of the show again, or are a part of the show again. And I think that is what, like, that's my favorite part of the show. And I think there's a lot of people that like that, you know. And then it's buzzing. Twitter's buzzing. Then Barstool is like paying attention more, I think, and getting involved, and it becomes great. So I think that's my take on it.
yeah, and BA, you thought that Cully would have brought that. You thought the interaction was going to happen. And what's weird is there's more interaction with Steve than there was with Cully. Like Cully just completely drowned out, play the hits, this and that, and whatever. Maybe it was because he feared Kirk. Who knows if he had like something on the side? We have no idea, but that just completely went away. No interaction with fans.
Well, I think what happened with that was there was that Sacco show, the third one, that ended up costing them the $29K, but it never got released to the public. But it was when Cully played some video by the one-arm, what's his name, the one-man thrill ride, and it didn't go over well at all. Or no, he was going to, and Kirk didn't like Kirk. Remember, Kirk flipped out the next day, the Monday after. He just ripped into Cully. This is before they even knew they lost the money, because he thought Cully was just having a bunch of DM conversations with people he used to talk to, and was trying to get them involved in the show. And ever since, it was I think I'm remembering this correctly, that ever since he really got reamed out, he didn't want anything to do with any Minifans outside
Should have
of the
fired
people
him.
that Kirk approved. And I think Kirk just cut his balls off early, and it was never.
Dave's a pussy, but
No question, but I think it could have worked if he wasn't. If
So
Kirk
that
didn't
brings
scare him
up
so easily.
with the new, it's been great content, bringing all these idiots in, but it's been a disaster for Kirk. There's no way any of these guys can produce.
No.
It's been pretty fun.
I mean, it's.
First of all, these guys, they had Justin come in. He's been in there 3 times now. This fucking fat, lazy shit. He doesn't want to work. And Kirk just keeps begging him to come back. I mean, what a fucking mental retard, Justin. That lasted, 5 minutes in the studio, and he quits again? This kid's the biggest pussy. He's never going to work. He's never going to do anything but live at home, be a fucking dishwasher, whatever the fuck he does. What's up with Kirk bringing him back every single time? Oh, Justin. Get Justin's dick out of your mouth.
He's got a soft spot for him.
That
But not only did
a Hodor hog.
The kid wants to kill himself, and they keep bringing him back. He's like, "Can you handle the Minifans?" And as soon as you fucking go at the kid, he starts fucking crying.
But not only did he.
Go ahead, Sue. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, not only did he blow his chance at the producer job, but he blew his chance at the Chicago job in the same day.
He doesn't want to work. The kid wants to sit his fat ass and play video games.
Also, too, Kirk says one joke about him in exploited college chicks, and he's like, "Why do we have to get into that or whatever?" And it's right away, it's fuck, man, you're if you can't handle that.
About that, BA, pisses me off the most about that is that Kirk acts like he searches 45-year-old and up when he fucking logs on Pornhub. It's get the fuck out of here.
Before that he doesn't.
He says that. He says he's been doing that since he was a kid, though. That he likes very old, elderly.
No. He said at one point that he has a huge array of I could find the audio. He has the greatest Rolodex of porn, or he said something like that.
Yeah,
That
He
guy's
just, like,
that
switches
guy's
everything.
Kirk's Google Chrome tabs are like a fucking like the Picasso of porn, eh? Just a little bit of everything in there.
it's fucking Jackson Pollock, dude. He's acting like, oh, I don't even know how to. Like, and Cully too. Oh, I don't know how to search for that. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
You know what was
Just-
funny though? No, it was funny when they played the porn on the show. Cully's like, I don't know if I could do this. I get aroused very easy. Like, what the fuck?
That was great. I was like, really?
I
Wow.
started laughing so hard. I'm like, what a fucking but that's what Cully that line was kind of funny where he's like, I was like,
Yeah.
fucking what a weirdo. But I can
So
see what he's
CBM,
saying too.
as kind of like a show honk, how do you feel about
Been a
Justin?
fan forever.
Do you think it was the right move? Him like kind of protecting his mental health, being like, you know what? I know I'm not cut out for this. I know that I'm like a millennial, whatever, and that we're, like even the thing with Quinlan, right? Where he went in, he brought this up, and then he called out of work the next day. Like to me, that's
Yeah.
I can see
Well,
both
for Justin.
sides.
So I'm a big Justin fan, big Blind Mike Project fan, and like he's high on there. So whatever anybody says about that, but I think it's good. I think that what would have happened if Justin did an amazing job, he would have had that exact conversation that Kirk talked about, where hey, you're doing a great job. I want you around as like an associate producer again, but you're not going to be the actual producer. And he said that today on the show when he said, hey, Augustus, would you be a second producer? I think that's what he actually wanted for Justin. I think that's what he still wants.
I think you're right.
So I think Justin's good. He wants the loyalty. He wants the person at the live shows that will do anything, stuff like that. And that's what he wanted for Justin. And now he's pissed.
But what's the difference, right? Like if you're going to catch flack, right? So the main thing with Justin, right, is protecting his mental health. If you're going to catch flack, are you going to catch less flack being assistant producer versus being full producer?
I would say if it was, let's say tomorrow, Kirk's like, okay, it's going to be Cullinane and Justin. You know that Justin would be comfortable with that, like he said, because his name is not number one. Cullinanane's the name on the door besides Kirk. So he'll just be the backup dude.
Right.
So yeah, he gets shit on here and there, gets shit on Twitter, but he's not like
he can share the blame.
Justin's max potential is working under Drew Band selling hot dogs at fucking Fenway Park. He's a slob, like Snake says. He has no motivation. He's a slob. He's loyal to Kirk, whatever, but he's a slob, no motivation. He's a sensitive fuck. It would be the worst. It would be so bad, and he would burn out after a week or two. Sneak set a couple tweets here and there. You think about it. I don't think he's going to come on Mike in the Minifans, but during the Justin KMS account era, how many fucking people did he block? How many people did he block on the Kirk Minahan show?
It was Matt Carano.
For 6 months, there was like 30, 40.
He kicked off on the network because they were talking about something else and not Kirk. And he killed.
And then just Sneakers driving there and like beeping his horn. I mean, what the fuck? Like you can't get upset at that stupid shit. I mean, I'm here beeping my horn. Give me a fucking break. Stupid.
Yeah, the guy blocked 50, 60, 50 to 100 people, or at least like 25. And it's like, why you block? And these are the people. Go ahead, Six. Sorry.
So go around. So Justin, everyone says is out. So what's everybody think about fucking Matanti?
I have good chemistry, but like, is he really going to be able to produce a show by himself?
He can't produce it. He has no idea what he's doing. Plus, he's a gambler.
He does have like an iPhone 4.
His content is great, though.
First of all,
he's good.
A gambler. He's always chasing money. If Kirk needs him on Sunday afternoon, he's probably gonna be cocked watching football.
Yeah, how many hours a day is he's sober? Plus, we know he's on the Addies for the 3 hours a month he's on KMS. Like, how many hours a day is the guy sober? I mean, I'm not.
It's gonna catch up to you.
I respect it, but I mean, he's not available.
What if the mics go down mid-show? Is Matanti gonna be able to fix that mid-show? He's gonna be fucking staring at it like a fucking idiot.
He'll need like the only way his path to success, he needs to have like 3 fucking Montante interns in there for him to do all that.
This is Matanti's fault. He's been in the world for a little bit. He's in this fucking podcasting world. He should have been learning how to produce 2 years ago.
But counterpoint, it would be entertaining to watch him get hired and just fucking melt down trying to turn a microphone on or turn on the calls.
Yeah, I think though, entertainment wise, I think he would be the best option.
Yeah.
And I think he would figure out a way to get the producing done, because I don't think it's the only problem, like Sneak said, is when something goes wrong, he's fucked. Like the show's fucked. Like he's not figuring it out. Like
yeah, permanently.
Sorry, go ahead, say that again.
They should keep him in the third chair, permanently. Just bring Matante in as third or second chair, whatever the fuck it is.
Well, how often can he do it though? Because he lives so far away. Unless he's willing to move to Boston.
If they're gonna pay him to go in, I mean, you're not paying Blind Mike.
Well, yeah, but even that's up in the air. Like
if you pay Matante to go in, it's better than fucking. Blind Mike's kind of a pussy when he's in there too. No.
But can Montante really move to Boston? Because he said he could, but that's the whole thing. He still actually has to talk. He has to talk his mom and his girlfriend into doing it. Right,
he's got to talk his girlfriend, his mother. He's got to probably
talk.
He's got to talk to David from Hell's mother because he has to move in there.
You have to realize too that Kirk is a very changed man. Like at some point, you can tell in the show's trajectory, he super cares about like liberal viewpoints and not like going against the trans stuff, not going against the woke Lexington shit. You can tell he has a daughter that's in high school age. He doesn't want to be saying stuff that his daughter or his daughter's friends are going to be hearing, which is going to make, going to alienate his relationship with his kid. So the only reason he'd have Montante on there would be to slam Montante's super far right opinions.
I don't think Montante would really go far right on the show.
I mean,
I don't think so.
What's he going to do when they bring up topics though? He's going to.
He's got his dumb opinion.
I think he can't help. Right. The reason he would like Montante is because he's a lot less smarter than Steve, and Kirk could just easily refute all of his like right wing conspiracies.
Right. It's very easy to fucking debate Montante.
If Montante becomes a producer, he becomes a libertarian in 2 weeks.
I think Montante can regurgitate shit, but I don't think he can think on the spot like Steve did.
No, he can't. He's a dummy. Cameo, what's your thoughts on Montante?
He can't.
You fucking hate him, don't you?
Nah. No, I have no problem with Montante, but he wouldn't be a great producer.
Pre-show, you're talking shit about Montante the whole time.
Oh shit! Fuck yeah, fuck him. But no, like his girlfriend's a service manager. I mean, you can definitely get that job up here, but it would probably be a pain in the ass. I mean, his mom.
We're not doxing families here, dude.
He said that on the show.
Well,
Cameo
even
dogs?
today, like, no, they were talking like today, like, he's going to get his family up here. So imagine if he moves down here, she gets a job, and then he's done from the show in 6 months. He's just not going to do that.
So you're out, Montante. So the whole panel's out on Montante. So
no, I'm out.
I still am on Montante.
I think Montante has a preciously valuable job of selling scrap metals, and he can't risk it. It's too valuable.
Oh my god.
So all right, so one person, so BA wants Montante on, and everyone else said no, he's not qualified.
For producer,
why?
no.
But
very good on the
Convince
show,
me,
though.
BA. Convince me.
BA's just a pussy. He just likes Montante. He's scared to say no.
I like it too.
I have
Doesn't mean he
soft.
should be the producer.
I have a soft spot for Montante. I think he would be eventually able to figure it out if he gets a bunch of. He would have to have.
So would you hire Montante to run your bank?
No, I wouldn't.
Dude, I'm not worried about technical.
My prediction is he hires Montante for like 2 weeks, just eviscerates his fucking right-wing opinions, impresses all of his Lexington friends and family, and then dumps him.
But I don't think
on one show.
You think Kirk's
saying that he could? Go ahead, Bia.
Do you think Kirk's like gonna offer Montante the job, get Montante moves, and then like fire or get him out in 2 weeks, and then Montante like
he gives a
I don't think he'll. I don't know. I think Kirk's like a set. It
would
would
be
be
good.
funny, but I think Kirk's like he's like he could be sensitive to that because like you see how much he likes Justin and stuff. He has a soft spot for Montante.
All right, so we all agree Montante's not qualified. So now Augustus.
I think before Snakes, I apologize, but I think before Augustus you got to do Mick.
Quinlan? Who?
I think so. who was the order? Right? It was
So Mick's
Mick,
back in.
then
Oh,
Quinlan.
I forgot about Mick, that fucking pussy.
'Cause I think Augustus. I think Augustus is good after you see Mick and Quinlan.
I forgot about Mick. Mick's such a pussy. That kid he's only around because he wants to get into Barstool. There's no way he listens to KMS. He doesn't go on any live show. He only pops his head if the YouTube channel's back or there's something that Kirk's got a position open. All of a sudden, you see Mick dancing around.
Yeah, he doesn't know. If you asked him about like deep cuts to the KMS or like he started listening when he was able to like try to, or he wanted to be the opener at Sacco or something. That's when he came around.
Oh yeah, BAP. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, so like I think he was like, oh, he saw Kirk. Oh, Kirk, you know him a bit, and then he like tried to jump in, but because I remember back in the day on Me and the Minds or whatever, we were grilling him about questions about Kirk, like about old school stuff, DC, MHB, and like this guy didn't know anything. Like he didn't know about
He actually invited Mick to come on, and he refused.
Think about this: VD hasn't given up on Jay's Mayhem, and he's given up on Mick. So for VD to give up on fucking Mick and still,
Mick's kind of a big timer as well. You know, he thinks he's accomplished zero in the business. He's done nothing. Another guy that's been coddled by his parents, and he thinks he's something that he's not.
The guy was going on a library tour of fucking Massachusetts to do this Vegas podcast, and then did 2 15-minute episodes or whatever, and then pretended like the Saudis were after him or whatever, like, you know. So he has no shot.
the person that I want the most, which hasn't gotten any notoriety or mention that I don't get, is DJK / Alistair Black. I know Sneaks.
I think he's out of the business.
Where does
he would be? He's so fucking good. Like I remember when I was doing the OG Papi's Kitchen when it was awful. DJK came in and fucking just did a great show, just literally by himself, just like talking shit. Like,
hey, remember Latino Kirk told him to suck his dick or whatever. He's like, you could suck this dick, DJK.
Dude, he was great, and I don't get it. I don't know why he's not.
Dude, that's when Minifan X came around too. It was a funny time around then. It's true. Yeah, his clips were great too. Yeah, I don't see him like wanting to do it. DGK, like
I see him in like
close to 100K.
I see him in the same like the same category as Mick. Like he's not a huge fan. He's like in it for the clout kind of thing, or in it for his own personal gain. Where I guess they all are, but I don't think he like at least Montante's a fan, right? Where I don't think DJK is a huge fan of. Like I don't think he listens to Kirk Minahan show every day, you know.
But all right, you
want
to move on
to Boston?
I mean, all right. So like, if you're making, I'm pretty sure Cully was making like mid to high 90s. It's been like, if you listen
90, yeah, just under 100. It seemed
95 to 98,000, which is a lot of money. I mean,
3 days a week, yeah, it is.
So he could catch up quick, but I mean, all right. So we covered bunch of people. Who do you want to do next?
Quinlan?
Snakes.
Well, we didn't really go over Augustus, did we? His parents did.
I think he wants to save Augustus.
Do you want to do Quinlan next?
I mean, we can do Augustus. He has no fucking shot. That kid's on planet Mars. If he's not on his edibles, he's all over the fucking place. That kid's got some issues.
It was funny. It was funny when like he would talk and I would be like, "What the fuck is this guy talking about?" And Kirk kept saying like, "What the fuck are you saying?" Like he couldn't put us.
This kid,
no,
he knows he's gonna be on camera too. He's coming for like a job interview. Looked like he fucking brushed his hair with a balloon. His hair was. I've never seen a fucking bigger slob than this kid.
Remember that picture of him at the Kowloons and his hair was slick as fuck. Yes.
The greasiest fuck. He's the greasiest Portuguese I've ever seen.
You know what was funny today on the show? Like, I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I heard he's like, "Hey, do you want to do the Daily Dozen trivia?" Kirk's like, "No, not really." All right, Immaculate Grid. No. What about the Rotten Tomatoes? Like, just terrible. Yeah, I guess.
Nice guy, but no, there's not a fucking
Yeah,
chance.
that was-
Not a chance Kirk's working
that
with
was
that
a
guy
disaster.
every day.
I mean, he was ready. He
Nice
was
guy
set up.
tries
He had
hard.
sound. He had stuff, but like,
Imagine him and Kirk in a car driving together to
Oh.
to go do the case.
See, the thing about Andrew is that like his takes will be unique. He's not like he worked for Republican and Democrat political campaigns. With Montana, the thing about me that would bore me is that I know I can predict his take on every fucking topic. I know what he's gonna say. I know what Kirk's gonna say. At least with Steve, you kind of knew what he was gonna say, but he had the substance to be able to like fight it and defend it and have fun with it. With Montante, he's just gonna fucking repeat whatever Steve said and have no ability to back it up. At least with Augustus, he's old enough that he's been through shit. He has motivation. He knows the show. I would take Augustus over Mick or Quinlan for sure. But whatever.
definitely Nick.
Yeah, Nick's unequivocally last place of all. Even Augustus is. I guess they said he knew what he was doing. Produced at behind the board.
I really enjoyed Quinlan a lot, but I mean, can that keep happening with that just gem that happened the other day? I don't think so.
A mental health break
You know.
after.
Yeah.
Quinlan would burn out. I think Quinlan burns out fast. I think he burns out fast.
But if he actually gets the job, will he then say, "Okay, so now I know this is what I need to do, and whatever," and that's it? And he's just going to the gym and doing the freaking show. That's it. You know?
I don't know, like, because like right now, like think about he had a bunch of love online. You know what I mean? Like everyone was praising him. Oh yeah, whatever, great episode. And then he takes a day off work or whatever because it's overwhelming. As soon as Kirk turns on him, like seriously, during a show, he's gonna have all the Kemps in his mentions being like, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you." You know, and I don't know. I don't know how he handles that, but that episode was pretty funny. But yeah, I don't
instincts to say to take that day off.
I think it goes two ways. Like, so he definitely came out on the show, right? He told the world he was gay. Like, if you're in New England,
his friends knew.
If you're in the radio business and you're in New England and you're a I mean, you're young. Everyone knows Barstool. Everyone knows Minahan for the most part, right? So you come out on the show. And then Kirk backtracks and says, like, oh, well, like, he already told his sister and his cousin and whatever. It's like, okay, maybe his cousin and his sister know, but now everyone knows. Now, 100,000 plus viewers know. Barstool knows. Like, so it really was his coming out. I mean, I don't know anything about this fucking thing, but I mean, for him to, like, weigh the fact that everyone now knows that he's not. So if he's a Catholic, Italian guy, whatever, or Irish.
You think his family didn't know he was gay?
No, but his family might have known, but now everyone knows. So for him to take one day of his life to weigh that, like, his potential boss is blasting him, his dad now knows that he went out in public and said he's gay. Like, taking a day to fucking weigh that isn't the biggest deal to me. I think Kirk was being a bit of a bitch. Kirk takes months off for, like, who knows what. So for your first public letting the world know that you're a homo, and I don't really give a shit. So I want to take his side on that.
I got to put my Bud Light hat on, but there was he got a lot of calls that said the F-bomb too. So like,
it wasn't me. But,
wasn't you?
Yeah, but I'll say no. But I was. But I guess the question is, like, how much of that did Quinlan have? Did he already contact his family beforehand and let them know what was? Because he said they were all going to watch. And his Instagram is public, and it's not hard to tell that he's gay.
I would say his actual dad might not have known. His actual dad was probably not on Instagram. But I'm sure his family seemed like they were just all into
it. I guess I see what Papi's saying.
Yeah,
like,
so,
he was out. He came out to. But yeah, I see what Paul's saying. He came out to a bunch of people kind of like individually, but he didn't do it on the he didn't do it on the he didn't do it like not like, hey, I'm gay to the world. So I guess that could deserve a mental health day. I've taken mental health days for less.
Yeah, I mean, I have
Yeah,
known nothing
and
about what that's like, and I've taken
and
mental health
overall,
days. So, I mean,
he probably of all the candidates has the most experience producing like actual radio because he's doing
and
it
who
for
the
years.
fuck
I
is
guess with
Kirk to
Well,
judge work
Augustus, too.
ethic?
Florida.
Yeah, he probably. I think the dark horse, like Quinlan or Bill McNeil. Bill McNeil has the same
yeah.
skill set, but you could. I will be if he goes in, I'll be very interested to see how it goes.
Yeah, if I were Quinlan, I'd be like, oh, you're upset I took a day off. Like, before the search started, like, how long do you take off? Oh, 2 weeks. Okay, sweet. But all right. So I think the one person we haven't really talked about is John Rich. What do you think about John Rich?
Are those racist tweets real? Ones that people are bringing up?
The Trump
I think
Trump
so.
tweets are funny.
I don't know.
I think they
I
are.
know nothing about the guy. I really do. I know nothing besides he's in Barstool. He's on the Rundown or whatever he produces it. That's all I know about the guy. So I just want to see what he has, see what he could bring to the table.
Well, he used to be a fan of the Yak, and he would like submit, like he made the Yak Jeopardy, where he went through and had Yak Jeopardy, and he made games like that. So like that would be if he made Minifan Jeopardy or something, that'd be cool. But I don't
Was
know
he in
how.
Barstool already, BA?
No, this is how, because then that's how he got his shot on Barstool Idol, by doing all this stuff for the Yak. Yeah.
Yeah, he got hired the same time Clemmer did, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And
Oh, okay. He was on the same one. I didn't know that.
How racist are we talking?
Yeah.
I only saw the
some
Trump
slave
tweets,
references.
like
I think he
against
did
Trump.
I think he was like a 7 out of 10 on the racist scale.
I'm googling on Twitter. John Rich racist. Let's see.
You want me to try to pull it up? John Rich racist.
I mean, yeah, I want to see
you
what
gotta
we're
go
doing.
to this is where box eating
BD
dad.
or
Okay,
Siggy
we'll
might
go
have it.
box,
Or box eating dad had a lot.
All right, let's go to his Twitter.
box eating dad. Here,
Another
let me
great
try to. You want me to try to put it on, Papi?
Sure.
I just know that from the couple of blogs I've read from him, he's a pretty good writer. I think, but I don't know if he knows how to do any producing.
Again,
And he doesn't really know Turk that well.
Okay.
I don't like. Here's the thing. I don't think you need to know Kirk that well, as long as you have the spirit to just like not be a fucking Justin and like, oh, yes, sir. I don't think having idols and I don't think having idols in any element of life is healthy. I think you need to like. I just don't. I don't respect that.
Was he drunk during these tweets? Like, what the hell is this?
This one says vet clinic should have an office cum dumpster for dogs to have sex with one last time before getting fixed. That's like not the worst.
So,
look at these.
Oh, Jesus.
All right,
Slaves
so
would be a game
he says
changer.
slaves. He doesn't give a certain race.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone could be a slave. Kipnin's great grandfather owned slaves. The more you know. Wait, your slave wife speaks German. I guess he's talking about Django. That seems like a Django.
That's a Django Unchained comment for sure.
Okay. Oh, he chirps.
Yeah, I think he's a lib actually.
And fuck Tom Brady's racist ass.
Where's he from?
I don't know.
I don't know actually.
Let's see.
They're staying in the closet with your queer ass. Oh, that's funny.
I don't see anything there that Kirk would really give a fuck about. I mean, it's stupid. He shouldn't have done it, but.
Well, Kirk would be the most interesting. He would be the most interesting hire, but there's a good chance he would end up on Mass and Cass within 2 weeks of working for Kirk, given his history.
The way I look at that Shitsubi is like it's going to happen in either way. If we're going to end up in Mass and Cass, whatever. It's not Kirk's fault.
I guess so.
I'm here for
I
the
guess.
like for Justin.
Oh,
Like
so
for the thing about Justin I respect is that like if Justin goes into it with like open arms and just fucking goes and gets wrecked, that's one thing. But I kind of give Justin respect for like knowing for his own well being or what like. He's a super young kid, right? So he's valuing like mental health
he's
above
not that young. He's 20.
earning. Yeah,
26.
I mean,
28, though. He's not a kid.
mental.
He's 28 now.
I mean, I think so. Because he was, I think when he first quit a couple of years ago, he was 26. I'm pretty sure he's about 28.
He's over 25.
Yeah.
He's gonna value his own mental health above money, which I understand. I guess. I mean,
he's.
I think he's pretty
money.
happy. I mean, like one of the golden
Doesn't need it.
things that was on the show today, like when he was on the cruise, or he said it himself, when he was on the cruise, he asked his mom for a pill for seasickness. I mean, bro, I mean, if you're doing that, I mean, come on. You're not gonna be able to produce a show. So the Kirk Minahan show.
Mommy, I feel dizzy. Give me.
Yeah, mommy, I'm
something.
dizzy. Oh, here, sweetie. Love him to death. But, I mean, come on.
All right, what else we got? I mean,
Steve Snell next week, they said, or
Oh
sometime.
God.
They said they're bringing him back.
yeah.
What about
That
talking about Steve Robinson and how he's like
bought a house in
possibly in
Maine.
the race? Well,
He
he's
bought
on
a
the show
house in
next
Maine.
week.
Right.
Yeah.
As a
Well,
guest, I believe, at producing, like, is he going to drive down? I believe he's up in, like, central Maine, like 3 times a week.
I mean, he's still comes down, but
Like, does he
I
want
don't
to,
think
like,
Steve's.
it's
yeah,
like,
it's just a stupid thing.
that's also a problem. Like, a lot of people who are in the running live pretty far away from the studio.
Who do you think this surprise person is?
Somebody had a good guess.
Because I don't know. Like, I wouldn't know any
Who it
of the
was.
like the.
Did he say it
people
wasn't
from the
anybody
past.
that used to work at EEI?
He said that. Yep, he said that today.
Said they never
Right,
worked
so-
together or something like that, but they worked in the industry. So I don't know any of these people. So
All right, so I guess we'll see John from Scranton on the show. Perfect.
Yeah.
Are you going to
Yes.
Saco, BA? I don't know if that's a topic
Yeah.
coming up. But
yeah, so I'm flying into Boston on the Thursday before.
Nice.
I'm staying at Casa Ames, Casa Pat from Amesbury, Casa 420.
there you
So
go.
yeah, so I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Pumped. Yeah, I'm pumped to. I think Saco would be cool to like meet a lot of the people that because Portland was cool because of Gritty's. You got to meet people, but I think in Saco you'll actually see like a lot of people that you know online there because it's like because you couldn't really talk like at the actual show you can't really mingle, right? Because like you get there early, then you're going to your seats and stuff. So it'd be cool to mingle before with the fellas. See I hope Mom McKay's wearing those open toe shoes for the boys, you know. But that's about it.
Now,
The
problem
Steve, you
that's-
guys going?
Well, the problem
Yeah,
that
I'll
me
be
and,
there.
the problem that me and Wags were trying to troubleshoot through is that there's no walls to push one up against, so we might be out.
Interesting.
We need some more like leverage.
I just got that. Yeah, that's cool.
Maybe someone will bring a Sprinter van. That's
Yeah, we need some more
There
like
you go.
we need some places to corner people. So until that gets nailed down, we're half and half.
That garbage
No, it's gonna
munch
be a
can
good time.
help you find a windowless fan.
Saco is officially sold out too. I checked before the show.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
to anyone who's been,
we'll-
has anyone been to the other Sacos before?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, I went.
'cause
I went to all of them.
Oh, yeah, I'm surprised we never ran into each other. Maybe I did and I just don't remember. But this is different. This is like across the street because they had the old.
Right across the street. Yep.
But it's not as big. This is like a cement parking lot, and it's all like in tight. So I don't think they're going to have as. It's not like it can't hold as many people, and it's not as spread out. So it might not be like the old Saco was. Because
Well,
remember,
there'll
there was
still be
like
a 420 tent, I'm sure, which is cool.
Maybe we'll see. Because
Have you ever seen the location? Soups? I've never.
It's right across the street from the other Saco.
So instead of like a big lawn area, it's like a parking lot.
Right. It's different though. It's like a cement parking lot, and the other one was just like you're basically on grass when you get in, and it's all spread out.
Fuck, that's
So
that's different from. But I guess I think it could be the same vibe, right? Tailgate, walk around, see the.
It just didn't look like there was enough. There's not as much space as the old Saco. But I'm sure
we're gonna have to bring up the KMS Brews tent, Kirk's desk, Stevie Live to tape.
Well,
Shank,
do you think if there's not
Papi.
enough? You think if there's not enough space, then like these tents and shit can't get made? Is that what you're saying, Soups?
Yeah, I'm not so sure because if it just looks just looks like it'll be more packed in, but we shall see.
Also, Inspector J, CBM, another great guy.
Inspector J, of course. I don't think he's going, but of course he's more than invited.
I would love to meet Inspector J.
All the KMS Brews guys are awesome.
IJ's the man.
I'm the only one that's like kind of an asshole. I don't really think I am an asshole, but whatever.
But what did Inspector J call himself? Jaying off with Inspector J.
It was just dissecting the Discord.
Dissecting the Minifan
but there was something we said, Jaying off. I don't know. There was like
it was great.
That was
what was the song he played all the time? It was like the disco 70s.
Burn baby burn, burn baby burn.
Burn baby burn.
Manners would kill to have Inspector J doing a show on the network right now.
I remember. If he should just re-release, I just want him to re-release. He should just re-release all the episodes in order in a show on the network. I would watch it like once every 2 weeks, once a month, because those you can't. They're off. Like he must have scrubbed them because you go to dissecting the Discord, you click on it and it says this episode's been removed.
They're not on there. Get out of here.
So
maybe he stopped paying for it.
Those are some good ones.
As a show that we appreciate the fans, the fan interaction, I think we should consider rekindling the OG Discord. Giving some people a fresh chance, bridging the Twitter Discord gap. If we could bring it all back to Discord, that would be nuts.
I'm still banned. Like I tried to join it the other day, and I can't join it. Like all of us are like IP banned or whatever the fuck it is, or our numbers are banned or whatever. Like I was surprised. I was like, oh, it's been like 3 years. Like so. Yeah, because the only way that place gets rekindled, or even Discord in general, if you let all the boys back in, because then you let all the boys, there'll be a ruckus. But they don't want to deal. They definitely don't want to deal with that.
We could do it in a way it's like not a ruckus, but like I don't know, some kind of happy medium.
People are gonna be fighting. People are gonna be. It's gonna be like.
I think it's so.
They should have a snake pit.
But who cares?
Just people fighting. That's it.
Kirk mentioned this on the show when Justin came in. Is that the hostility, like Kirk acknowledges himself, the hostility has died down. Like I've even noticed this on Twitter. There's way less infighting. I think we all realize that we're all psychopath Minifans. And
at the end of the day, like especially I feel like too, once you go to the shows and stuff, then it's like, oh, okay, there's like you
exactly. If you're more common ground, we're all psychos.
Yeah. I think once you show your face, you go around, like then everyone's like, oh, whatever, this guy's all right, Before it was just like it was intense, man. That fucking the mod chat in the Discord was nuts. So it was like, whoa, what should we do about this? Like I kept on being like, do nothing, who cares, like fuck, but it was great. It was crazy.
Isn't Mayo a good example? Mayo came out and said, like, yeah, like I'm over all that. Like I don't want to get in the mud anymore. Like everyone you could think of that was like a classic like instigator or whatever. Sneaks went on the show. Sneaks is promoting people now. Like there's nobody now that's a real menace. Everyone kind of just realized, okay, we're all impressed the show has lasted this long. We all get along,
and we're all we all get like as much as even the hater people. But I was definitely one of them. Like you're still a fan of Kirk at the end of the day. Like everyone could admit that, you know what I mean? Like we're all fans, and like that. And even Kirk, I think, has realized, like, oh, these guys aren't haters. They're just like really like it's almost like you're almost too passionate of fans because you're like you expect so much at certain times, like especially Sneaks. Like credit to Sneaks, he was like he's never missed an episode. I'll tell you that. Like he may have shut off a few or whatever, but he hasn't missed an episode of the KMS. So, and I think not like there's a select few that could say that.
Well, it's like someone who called in a couple days ago said that, like, the haters, like Kirk always says, the haters love the show the most. Then Justin, who claims to love the show more than anybody, has basically walked out on Kirk 3 times.
Yeah, that's true.
He's offered him jobs. So it's a strange universe.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was thinking that too, Papi, though. Like the fucking what's the guy's name? Patrick should just fucking unban all of these guys. Like if you think about it now, the hater guys or all the guys that they banned are more a part of the show or more a part of the fan base than the Discord people. The Discord people are kind of like, I think it's
I think you're honest in BA. You all kind of touched on it. There's been a total flip. Like the people that Kirk thought were haters, like they're like you said, BA. Like they're just super fans. Like we're all fans. Even the infighting has died down a ton. Like, I mean, I'm in some chats. Like there used to be so much hostility 2 or 3 years ago, whatever. There's none of it now. Everyone's just laughing at each other's shit. Like,
you get rid you get rid of the rats, like Steve Sneaks would say, like you get rid of the big tits red for Maine, no more fights. You get rid of Jay's mayhem, no more fights. There's you get rid of the Skittles links, the link Skittles, no more fights. It's because then most people are just busting balls and not taking it so personally.
Oh, but yeah,
most of us know each other so well,
What'd you say?
Yeah, one more question for you. So you're coming in a couple days early when you go to Saco, like the Thursday and Friday. So if there's a KMS on one of those days, do you want to?
I don't
know.
I feel like I'd be so nervous, but it would be interesting. But I don't know if I could swing it. Like unless they do, the only day would be the Friday.
If it's Friday. Well, it's possible. They usually do a Friday before a live show.
Oh, yeah, I would. I'd be so nervous, but I'd probably just sit there and laugh. But it'd be cool to like go into the history of like Mincel Intel, like getting banned. Because I always say my line like, "Oh, when I got banned from KMN, the network like went to shit," And so I'm like the Kirk Minahan of KMN because that Kirk at WEI when he left it went to shit. So that's like a joke I like to always make. Like obviously it's in a way smaller scale, but so it'd be funny to like say a few one-liners, but I'd be nervous. I'd be really nervous. But I would go in. I think if it would be a cool opportunity.
Kirk, I know
share a beer with me down there because John from Scranton said no when I offered him a beer. So I know you're plant-based now, but
no, I quit the plant. I'm off the plant-based actually. Cameo.
He is a new man.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll definitely have a beer with you. I didn't quit drinking, so just drugs.
Yeah, I mean, Kirk, I know you're listening.
I don't
Give BA a shot. Get real, brother. Kirk, if you're listening. Anyways, give BA a chance. He's hosted how many hours of Mike and the Minifans? Well, yeah, thousands of hours in the KMN. They'll be here from Canada Friday. Bring him in. All right? Fellow Paisan.
Friday the 29th.
Sneak said the same. He's like, "Oh, you should go in," and I'm like, "Fuck, I don't know. I would be, if it works out, I might as well. It's the only time I would ever get to do it, So
if you don't think the Kirk's listening right now, you're out of your mind. It's probably 6:30 in the morning. He's running, can't get enough.
I think this is a show I think this is like he'll always start listening to, and then this one he'll keep listening to because this one's all about him. I think if we start bullshitting about other stuff, but he listens to everything, But wouldn't you if you have all these fucking crazy fucks doing all these shows just based off yourself? Like it's hard. It would be hard not to listen, So
yes. All right, I mean, we lost Sneaks, but we had a pretty good show. I mean, we covered everything from Plymouth lead up, show sucking, the calling in era, producer options,
Sacco.
Sacco. Sacco's gonna be fun. I
Oh.
think. I like we discussed. I
Yeah.
think it's a new era. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
It's a good time to go up there too because it's not the middle of tourist season.
Snakes.
It's
I'm
a
sorry.
lot.
Subi. Last topic before we kind of cut out. What did you think of the pre and post show to Plymouth?
You mean just like what the Minifans were doing?
Like bio dudes and that kind of shit.
Oh, BioDudes was a good time. Everyone was really chill there. But it was much different atmosphere than Portland, I think, because we were missing. There were some people who were at Portland that weren't in Plymouth.
Yeah.
One of our fellow cast members here
Yeah.
had something to do with that. But yeah, it was like very laid back. Post show was like no one was out of control, myself included, actually. But yeah, it was. But that actually kind of took away from the show because the energy of Portland also made it the whole weekend a lot more fun, and it was just Plymouth was just a lot.
Yeah,
quieter.
Plymouth was just different. A lot of tourists, like there was a ton of people around. It was weird. It was different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think now with the new Barstool takeover, I mean the fucking what's his name, Dave Portnoy taking over. They got to make money now. They can't be fucking around. They can't be delivering half-ass
Yeah.
shows. So they're gonna start doing more stuff to make money, actually contribute to the Barstool bottom line. I think the Kirk takes that seriously. You know, they're like, oh shit, like right as Penn backs out, we delivered a bullshit show. So it'll probably be a good show. Let's talk.
Should be
All right,
fun.
boys. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I mean, that's all we got.
See you next time.
Kitchen.
You want me to end it?
Cheers, boys.
See ya.